Joining us now is OjyOkpe, whose story is trending around the world. Hello, Jinex.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. We missed you yesterday, right? How are you this morning? I hope you're feeling much better. Now we are missing Ayo, my Ayomi. How are you? Our favorite Niger wife. How are you this morning?
I'm very great. And yourself?
Very well.
Yeah. You always light up my morning. So good to see you.
Thank you. You too.
Our wife from Zimbabwe.
Wow. I told her yesterday she's my favorite Niger wife. I love all the women at Arise News, always making us proud. Good morning, Rufy on fire.
Morning, Oji. How are you?
Very well.
Bless
Well,
you.
I'm doing excellent.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. The Alake of Egba Land, Oba Adedotun Gbadebo, has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to declare July 13th a national day dedicated to celebrating the contributions of Nobel Laureate Professor Wole Soyinka to humanity, both nationally and globally. The foremost playwright, who became the first African to win a Nobel Prize in Literature in 1986, will turn 90 on July 13th while speaking at a press conference in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, to herald a series of events lined up to mark the 90th birthday of the Nobel Laureate. The Oba urged the federal government to also honor Soyinka with the highest national honor of Grand Commander of the Order of Niger. He described Soyinka as a global icon, a living legend, a playwright, an actor, a human rights and political activist, a hunter, and a globally respected elder statesman.
I re-emphasize the recommendation which I have made on behalf of all Egba sons and daughters at home and in the diaspora that the 13th of July of every year is celebrated as Wole Soyinka Day. This is an acknowledgement of he being the first Nobel Laureate in the whole of Africa. Somebody who has placed literature, poetry, drama, etc., on the world map, coming from Africa. It is worth celebrating.
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Nobel Laureate, who turns 90 in a few days. I mean, congratulations to him, our first African Nobel Literature Prize winner. And he is from Nigeria. But you know, only recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu named the National Parkway in Abuja after him. And that also caused a lot of reactions. But the Oba here, who's your Oba from your state, correct, is also urging that, you know, give him that GCON, because also in Houston, is it in Houston?
New Orleans.
In New Orleans, they also have recognized our Nobel Laureate in the United States. Why not? Why don't we recognize him or give him, you know, the honor that he deserves? What is your take on this?
Well, there's no honor that can be too much for Professor Wole Soyinka. I mean, as the Alake of Egba Land, the paramount ruler of Egba Land at home and abroad, has pointed out, you know, he's a global icon, he's a living legend. He's a man who has put not just Nigeria and Africa on the map, he has also put, you know, Abeokuta on the map. And Alake also pointed out that he's a, you know, a child of Egba Land, where, you know, he grew up attending St. Peter's Ake. But more than that, he's a global citizen.
Absolutely.
And one of the, you know, icons of world literatures. So he's celebrated everywhere, whether it's in the United States or in Italy, he has been honored. So recognizing him in Nigeria is also will be a source of inspiration, you know, to the younger generation. President Tinubu has named the Outer Northern Parkway in Abuja after him. But Alake say he deserves even more.
Yes.
The GCON, the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, and that, you know, we should have a Wole Soyinka Day every July 13. He having been born on July 13, 1934 in Abeokuta. And the Egba people have already decided, the Alake disclosed, that July 13 every day will be Wole Soyinka Day for the Egba people. every community celebrates their own, but as I said, the main point of the Alake is that Wole Soyinka is not just an Egba son.
Yes.
He's a global citizen.
He's a treasure.
He's an icon.
Absolutely.
The bigger morality of it all is that, look, it's better to honor people when they are alive.
I love that.
So, when you say you are honoring somebody when they have died,
yes.
The impact is not really felt.
Yeah.
And in that regard, I think that the Alake of Egba Land, has a very strong point.
Yes.
It's not as if I can contradict
Absolutely.
the Alake on television, but as a Soyinka scholar myself, having studied Wole Soyinka, PhD, teaching Soyinka, special author and all that, I understand the significance of the man and the significance of his literature.
Absolutely. Dr. Abati, I know that you will be invited for his events. Just, let him know that there will be what? Implications. I hope I can accompany him to some of the celebrations.
With the younger generations, we'll be the ones celebrating him.
Okay, so there's no implication on this one.
We'll not ask
the man that loves the implications.
No, I cannot ask a 90-year-old man to bring implications.
But we as Arise, we celebrate, we celebrate our father. He's the father of the nation. Congratulations to Professor Wole Soyinka. While still in Ogun State, Dr. Abeokuta has come under heavy criticism online over the deplorable conditions of roads across the state, with some users online asking the governor to declare a state of emergency on roads in the state. Some viral videos online showed motorists with their broken down vehicles, while others showed pedestrians hanging on trees, almost half swallowed in the heavily flooded roads. Let's take a look.
Ogun State láwa yóò. I see person pass it. They don't leave him. I used to like this. I see my guy
Ota. Do you know where that's around the Sango Ota area? I mean, it's not the only road in Ogun State. It's not the first time that we are hearing these types of, disaster going on in Ogun State. But I believe also Dr. Abeokuta responded to this actual, incident or, these bohaha about bad roads, posting pictures of roads that he has fixed in the state.
Yeah, so he has fixed roads. I mean, we can't forget the road that linked through Ekpe down here. And, we praise him for that and other roads he has done. But you can't also leave out those that are left undone.
Yes.
And that's the Sango. Sango especially has been noted for a lot of bad roads. I mean, also when you look at the roads that, that leads into, Abeokuta and all of that through... I think that axis when you're coming out of, Lagos, there are many things that need to be done on those roads. So what you should do, you should have a road plan as much as you can and see how you can quickly fix all of those roads. I know the argument will be, it's rainy season, not the best time to fix road at this time and everything. What about the dry season when it comes? When are you going to do as regards those roads? We've been talking about consistently about this road. I mean, the road that stretches through Sango. I've heard a lot of back and forth. It's government road, it's not government road, it's this, it's not that, it's not. No, we need to be able to fix it. And I don't like this dichotomy. There are many other roads that also need to be fixed. If my memory serves me, for so many years, even before Akpabio was governor, the road that led in front of WAPCO that goes to Ikorodu was always a mess. How is that as we speak? I'm sure, just hope that road has been fixed. So there are many other parts of Ogun State that need roads to be fixed across, the over 20 local governments that are there, about the 20 local governments that are there in Ogun State. And because Ogun also shares a lot of border towns, around the Yewa area and the like. So our Governor Akpabio, you've done some roads in the past, but you need to fix the other ones that you've left undone. That's just it.
Ogun citizen here charging you, Akpabio, Governor of Ogun State.
Yeah.
I know you want to say something. I won't allow you, Dr. Abati.
Okay, if you allow me to
no, I will not.
Just to make a decision that some of those roads are federal roads.
But they are talking about
the one in Sango.
No, they are talking about the state roads at this point. Those were the ones that have been circulating on social media. Well, in another development, The Southeast governors on Tuesday hosted former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who paid governors a solidarity visit as they made plans to meet President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to press for the release of the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The chairman of the Southeast Governors Forum, Hope Uzodimma, while addressing the press, said that plans are in top gear to secure the release of the IPOB leader, further stating that the governors also resolved during the meeting to discuss other issues ranging from insecurity to economy with the president. Let me take this reaction from Shehu Sani, who wrote, "The Southeast governor's visit to the president over Kanu's matter is a good one and commendable step. It's an opportunity to explore a political solution. No price is too high for a genuine and guaranteed peace. The nation cannot sleep well on a three-legged bed." I want to talk to you about this. I think that we have discussed Nnamdi Kanu. I think that, the idea of a political solution is what a lot of Southeast stakeholders have been hampering on at this point. But also in the meantime, a bill seeking to create a new state called ATT State in the Southeast passed first reading at the House of Representatives on Tuesday, sparking a debate among the Igbo community and political figures online, well, according to the proposed legislation co-sponsored by 3 lawmakers from the Southeast. The new state will have 11 local government areas. The lawmakers are proposing to alter the 1999 Constitution to create the state from Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states. The debate online includes support for other proposed states, such as Anioma, Olu, and Adada, with arguments focusing on the strategic benefits of each proposal, while some advocate for the integration of communities outside the Southeast. Others question the Igbo identity of certain communities within the proposed states. Well, let's take some reactions. Again, this is from Shehu Sani, who wrote, "In reference to the bill before the National Assembly, creating another state in the Southeast is fair and just." Well, that's a politician saying that. Well, another Twitter user, posted some sort of, poll on his Twitter account, Voice of the Southeast. They wrote, "Exciting times ahead for the Ala Igbo as the House of Representatives has proposed several new states in the region, Olu, Anioma, Adada, and ATT State. Which one would you prefer to see created? Cast your vote and let your voice heard." I did something and I saw that I believe it is the Anioma state that got the highest vote there. Then another user there wrote, "We don't need more state. We only need efficient and effective governance." That's it. Creating more state is never for the interest of the people, but for the satisfaction of politicians.
Simple.
The ones available don't have light, road, water, food, hospitals, some homes, etc. And you want to add more. I know, Rufai, you want to quickly say something, but yeah, go ahead before our Niger wife.
Okay.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. See,
yeah,
I understand the case about justice.
yeah,
Yes, because when you look at how states were created, some areas slant towards some, and you can talk about justice ad nauseum. But the truth is, how effectively run are those states that we have already on ground? Is it the same states that can't pay the minimum wage?
That's what
Or you want to increase bureaucracy on those states that keep going to government cap and ham?
Yeah.
It's just for the politicians' wishes, so that what they will do is they will create new government, new bureaucracy, new civil service, new thugs, new political thugs, and all sorts of people they can dispense favors to. And they will now create a lot more division and start to fight among themselves. The first fight they're going to have is where it's going to be the state capital. Trust me, I know about how this plays out. I remember the days leading up to the talk about the Ijebu state in the 90s. I know the fight and the dichotomy that happened between Remo and some other parts of Ijebu. There was a proposition for Odo-Ogbolu to be a capital then. Right. I know the breakback that came out of it. So it's not the sustainable way forward. It's how we can create efficiency and properly run those things, like was said in that message.
But where does it end, our favorite Niger wife? I believe that they are trying to amend the 1999 Constitution to favor this sort of creation, Dr. Abati.
Maybe
our favorite wife,
first.
yes, we'll speak very quickly because I want to ask you about that as well. But where does it end? I believe one of the arguments is the fact that, you know, the Southeast has the smallest amount of states, which is about 5, I believe. But also the fact is that the Southeast also has the smallest landmass. So, by 4, where does it end if other states begin to start advocating for the creation of states?
That's exactly the question. Where does it end? Because if you look at the list of the IGRs brought in, IGR revenues by state, many of these states fall quite at the bottom of this list as well. So you have states that you're creating that are going to be heavily reliant on FAC allocations. And of course, all the bureaucracy that's being created there, that's one element of it. The other element of it is that borders and the creation of borders and demarcations has not really fared well for us in Africa and in Nigeria. The more we've created borders and separated and drawn these lines, the more friction we've seen happening between different people and different types in a time where we should be moving towards creating a greater unified Nigeria. We're seeing more of a nationalist sentiment. But the problem with the nationalist sentiment is that as you create more and more pockets of people who share sort of, you know, a united nationalist sentiment, you create more otherism. Now, as you create more otherism, where are we going as a country? Very, very, I always refer to Yugoslavia. Rufai knows that that's how Yugoslavia fell apart as a nation. So we have to be very careful about where we're going with this. Of course, also while representing the interests of various groups who also feel that they need to have their own
Absolutely.
governance.
Dr. Abati, there has not been a creation of a new state since...
It's not theory. No new state is going to be created if there is no political way to back it up. And no new state has been created since 1999, exactly. Despite the fact that there have been agitations on 1999 on the basis of the fact that, you know, people are asking for equity, justice, fairness. And in the Southeast particularly, the people are saying other states, other regions cannot have more states and we don't have enough. Now, if you look at the history of state creation in Nigeria, 67, after the Civil War, or to prevent the Civil War, Gowon created 12 states. By 1971 or so, more states were added. The number increased to 19. Now, after that, the next person that increased states was Babangida. Under Babangida, the states went to 21, and then later to 30 states. Then Abacha in 1991 added 6 more states, making it 36 states. If you look at the leaders that created states, they are all military people. And they did so because the military could impose, you know, the creation of states by fiat. Will a civilian president do that? I doubt. More so again, because of the Constitution that you refer to. Section 8, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution tells us how you can create states. Now, the provisions are so cumbersome. You will have to get local councils of the areas affected to apply. Wahala. You have to get representatives of the area in the National Assembly to also endorse it. You have to get a referendum. Section 8, sub 1, 4. You have to do a referendum. The people themselves have to agree that they want a state. There will be a problem with that. And then finally, you need to have two-thirds majority of the National Assembly. And what will even further complicate it is that the moment you do that, because of Section 162, about revenue allocation. Other regions in Nigeria will also say what is good for the goose is good for the gander. So it's a prescription under a civilian administration for chaos. And I think that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team, they are wise enough not to go and open that Pandora box, which will raise afresh the national question.
Correct. I love that there is a general consensus that this would create chaos. Well, talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team, well, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, in his latest address on Tuesday, told Nigerians not to worry about challenges plaguing the country, stating that nobody would recognize Nigeria again by the time President Bola Ahmed Tinubu completes his tenure in office in another 7 years, gifting the president a second term. Well, Akpabio made the comment during the flag-off of a bus terminal in Abuja, adding that Nigerians should only pray for the success of the Tinubu administration. Let's take a look.
I have no doubt that by the time this president is through with his tenure in this country, 7 years from today, many people will not recognize FCT. They will not recognize Nigeria again. So all I can say is let us continue to pray for him, and be hopeful that the challenges that you see today, tomorrow you will see them no more.
I don't know if this is a gaffe for fight. Is this a gaffe for him? He's Senate president too.
No, but he's correct. He's correct.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You know why I say it's correct?
Tell me now.
Already, as we speak today, we do not know the Nigeria again we used to know.
Uh-huh.
Based on the poor economic conditions, high inflation rate, food hardship in the country, and the way it is difficult to get food.
Right.
So he's correct.
Okay.
As it is today, we do not know Nigeria again.
Okay.
So in the 7 years, if he gets a second time gig, we will not know Nigeria again.
What I mean, the president should be only doing one term.
He has the right to go for a second term.
Go ahead.
Well, it's not up to Senator Akpabio to decree a second term into existence. So if he says 7 years, no, the mandate that he has now is 4 years. The Constitution says that he's entitled to another term of a second term of 4 years. But that is not automatic. It is for the Nigerian people to decide.
All right.
And then the same Senator Akpabio said the other day that the old national anthem, the old national anthem was the cause of banditry and terrorism in Nigeria.
What is
so well, it's a Malabite. So, but I think he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball on those two occasions.
Drop the ball. I mean, banditry. Come on, national anthem. I mean, Akpabio. A great Malabite. We'll take our final story on our entertainment. Allow me to read. Well, Nollywood actor Patrick Doyle has reacted to the Best Gospel Inspirational Song awarded to Thames at the BET Awards on Monday. The singer snagged the award with her 2024 release, Me and You, defeating top gospel artists like Kirk Franklin, CeCe Winans, and Erica Campbell to win the category. Patrick Doyle, in a post on Facebook, urged gospel musicians not to seek validation from the entertainment industry, which he labeled as a mafia, while claiming it was in the grip of Satan. He wrote, "I feel the pain of mainstream gospel artists who feel slighted that Thames, an evidently secular musician, was awarded the BET Award for Best Gospel Song. That said, I believe it's about time that committed Christians stop seeking validation from fickle institutions like entertainment industry mafia, which, by the way, is in the grip of Satan." Well, let me just say, congratulations to our Temi, Lade, Okpeni, Thames, our popular musicians. I mean, Satan.
Well, listen, first of all, I no longer know what gospel music is officially.
Yes.
Beautiful music video from Thames, by the way. However, is it gospel? Question mark. So
yes.
I can understand why, gospel artists would be a little bit confused, because last time I checked, gospel music was music that praises the Lord.
Yes.
So there's that. But on a more serious note, I know we need to wrap up. On a more serious note, gospel music was never about institutions.
Yes.
It's always been about praising God. So I think we should focus on that and leave every other thing.
Can I get a weakness?
Can you get a weakness? I mean, I don't know what happened there with the BET Awards, but that was the song that won the award. Dr. Vasi, we have 10 seconds, just quickly, and then we wrap.
Well, she made it clear that particular song is about her relationship with God.
Yes.
That was her own explanation. But, people have reacted saying that she's no more as a rap, hip-hop singer.
Right.
So it's about categorization, characterization.
Can we all congratulate Temi, Lade, Okpeni, absolutely are beautiful, beautiful artists. Well, I'd like to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.